So a question I get a lot is, not yet Kaiju, how do you provide enrichment for Tegus? And dog toys can be really, really helpful in this. So what I'm going to show you is a holey roller. Holey because it's got holes in it, roller because you can roll it around. Oops, roll it around. They make different sizes of these. I like this one because the holes are big enough that she can really she can shake things out of it. With smaller sizes, it's not quite so easy. Today I've baited it with some 50/50 omnivore blend Reptilinks and dragon fruit. And no, Kaiju, no, not. So one of the problems when you try to do stuff with Tegus is they're very food oriented, yes, but they're also very people oriented in some cases. And in this case, Kaiju seems like she would rather be in my lap and getting attention than having something to eat. And normally I would be fine with this, but since I'm trying to make an enrichment video, I'm just gonna, hey baby, she's very much a people lizard. Anyways, I'm gonna try to tempt her into using the holey roller. Here you go, Kaiju, look, what's in the ball? What's in the ball? Now, remember that Tegus, they're not dogs. They don't have lips like dogs do. And so, well, do they have lips? Do they have jowls? Anyways, dogs are a little better at manipulating these things, so it's always a little better to go a size up for a Tegu. And let's come around. Size up, I mean with the holes, just so that, because their mouths are a bit less dexterous, so that they can actually eat it out and don't end up super frustrated. See, she's gonna just shake one of the links out, but I think she's trying to go for that dragon fruit. She's like, oh no, she realized she's got the link. I really like the 50/50 omnivore blend for Kaiju, for any Tegu really. I mean, if I had another Tegu, I would feed them that blend as well, but so she gets a lot of Reptilinks, a lot of different varieties, and that 50/50 omnivore blend is great because you can use them in things like this as baits, or treat stuffers, or whatever you want to call them. You can also like feed them as part of a bigger meal, because they only come in that smaller size. She really likes them. I think they usually market them to like blue-tongued skinks and bearded dragons, but really anything with fruits and veggies and whole prey. This is not a sponsored ad for Reptilinks or anything. It's just a product that I really like for Kaiju. She's going for that dragon fruit that she shook loose. Atta girl. I like giving her dragon fruit. It's got nice high water content, and the pink rind is visually pretty stimulating for her. It's kind of important, it's extremely important that when you're doing treats, you do think about, when you're doing treats and enrichment, you do think about what you are putting in there. With Tegus, they have a tendency to get really fat in captivity, and you don't want that. You want a nice, healthy animal, so it's important to, make sure that they are getting plants in their diet, and not just sugary fruits either, but lots of greens, lots of veggies. It's just that greens are really hard to stuff inside a ball like this. Now, greens might be good rolled up for a Kong, if you've ever used a Kong. She's got a Kong too. What's she doing, girl? Yeah. So this is just a fun way to feed your Tegu. Also, if I wanted to, I could let her do this in her cage rather than on the kitchen floor. It's just easier to film out here. Her cage has mercury vapor bulbs, and those do not play nice with my phone's camera. But it's a nice, safe toy. There's nothing she could hurt herself. She couldn't eat this thing. It's not going to get stuck. It's clever that she's wedged it under the dishwasher so that, you know, it's having a harder time getting away from her. But yeah, a toy like this is really good for your Tegu. You can get these pretty much anywhere. They're not specifically branded. I think I got this one at a Pet Supplies Plus, I think is what it was called. I don't really remember. I got it a while back, but I've seen them in grocery stores, like in the pet food aisle. I've seen them at PetSmart, Petco. It's important to remember that not all dog toys are going to be interesting for Tegus or safe for Tegus. Tegus don't really have much of an interest in, say, chewing on things. Like, they don't have that same drive that dogs do to chew. But this is a very good safe toy that is clearly, you know, causing my Tegu to have to think some things through. So yeah, this is a holey roller, and even though she's not rolling it, it's definitely still got holes. Yeah, just watch her play with that thing. Oh, it's also important, if you're still with me 6.5 minutes into the video, when you're prepping your baits, don't cut them too big and don't cut them too small. If they're too small, they won't really be difficult to get out. They'll just kind of fall out, and that's not the point of this. The point is we want to make our animal work. Sorry. And if they're too big, they won't really fit through the holes, and that's just, I mean, you want her to actually be able to eat the thing that's inside. So, yeah. You can already see here the different aspects of problem solving. Like, she wedged that under the dishwasher, which was very clever on her part because now she's got more control over the manipulation of the thing in the ball. It's also making these amusing squeaking noises. So yeah, that's a holey roller. I think this video is long enough, and I hope that if you've got a Tegu, or I mean, heck, you could even get a small one of these and set it up for your bearded dragon, maybe. I don't know if a blue-tongued skink would like this. If you've got a monitor, this is a good toy. This is a good way to help your animal flex those incredible problem-solving skills. So yeah, hope that was at least fun to watch, and maybe you learned a little bit.